the other night, the light sensor thing, for some reason didn't work. So the lights went off. And Ro was like, oh, it's not the end of the world. It's just the lights. We don't actually need them. 100 litres down on any other night because there was no lights on. So all these adverts that are selling you, influencing you to buy expensive lighting because it makes such a difference to the amount of litres your cow produces. Do you know what? They're probably not lying to you. Let's be fair. They're probably not lying to you. Neither are the mattress companies when they say a comfy cubicle can put so many litres on your cow. Honestly, I don't think they're lying to you. I really don't. It's crazy. It's crazy what you find out, isn't it? What you just think. I always just think it was a total scam, but evidently not. Do not chew this tractor. I need to move the chewing the tractor. But mine. Now, when I show you this, you might be wondering, what? So this is the good stuff. This is what we've saved. To be fair though, actually, here was probably the best stuff because we trailered it in from Roy's dad's house as well because we didn't have the storage there. And actually this stuff was like compost. So this is what we've saved for friends who've asked and neighbour Linda, people like that. This is, oh man, this is the good stuff. Do you know what? It doesn't even smell like shit. Oh my God, I should go into compost making. So this at the back of here had fleeces in. I threw all the fleeces in because I had it in my head that I was going to sort through them and process some wool. As you know, I do that. As it turns out, I very much did not have time for any of this. So I threw the fleeces in, and yeah, wow, this is crazy. Crazy. Like, honestly. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Anyway, this is for friends and family that have asked for a bit of SH1T for their roses. Sorry, I've got an earphone and I can barely hear myself speak. I'm really deaf. I know I've said that a fair few times. That's why I shout so much. If you're ever with me, that's why I shout, because I'm probably need hearing aids, but just I'm denying that fact for now because I'm 36 today. It is my birthday, believe it or not. I forgot until my grandma rang earlier to say happy birthday and have I opened the card she sent. And I said, oh God, I totally didn't even realise it was my birthday. It is my birthday. I am 36 years old. By the time you watch this, I'll be 36 in 2 days. Girl is old. Girl is old. Right, we're chopping some wood. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while getting the splitter on, and we're going to split some wood with the Solaris. It's alright actually, apart from being massive. It's a decent enough tractor. It's good enough to drive. If I can drive it, anyone can drive it. Class. Sick.
Try that.
Splitter is on. It works. I'm just going to go and put some diesel in this, and then I'm going to take it across the field. And the fallen tree from the storm a couple of months ago, which we haven't cleared up because we haven't had time, needs definitely cleaning up. Safties, I'm going to get the sweeper on and get all this clean because it is a scrow. This is Roy leading muck yesterday. Cowgirls don't care, which is funny because they actually do care. Likes to look at everything he sees with those over my shoulder, come on over blue eyes. Hey, what did I just say? He never listens to me anyway, so why do I even waste my breath and try? Then he takes me in his arms while winking at the waitress, and I pull the alarm. is a field that is sprayed off, ready to be ploughed out, and the sheep, we've opened the gates to come in and the sheep have all come in. Why? Why would you want to be in here? What a scrow. What a scrow. Why would they want to be in here? This is the kind of job that we've been really behind on, just because we've been busy building, and then the cows turned up, and then there was lambing, then the cows turned up. So we're really lacking in the field department, if I'm perfectly honest. So we're getting out there, we're moving some wood, mostly just to make sure that Carl doesn't get really cross at us. To split this wood, this is from a very large fallen tree. Ash tree, so it casts them all the time. It's probably got ash dieback, no wonder, because everything further over there has. But yeah, let's get it sorted. We run on biomass. I know when I'm on my earphone in, I never dare take it out in case it's actually speaking to you, and I put it in my pocket and then I'm all muffled. But yeah, so we run on biomass. We have a biomass boiler. It's an Aritum 60 plus, whatever that means. We've had it a couple of years. We normally lop and top pretty much our own, and then we buy some in from a local fella actually last year, just to top it up. This here, in days gone by, we used to snap it up for sticks and do the whole like small holding thing. In days gone by, we had time, and that is majorly what we are lacking at the moment, to be perfectly honest. It's not maybe the rural idyllic scene that you would have seen a couple of years ago here. We used to have all the grass verges mowed, we'd have all the garden was perfect. To me, it's just a scrow at the minute. We just don't have the time. So yeah, I think we have looked at those chippers, you know, like a little chipper that goes on the back of the tractor. I think that's a good idea, and just chip it into the hedgerow. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's probably what we're gonna end up looking towards doing for things like this. Obviously, any bigger wood, we dry it and we end up using it, which is quite good. And we're on, we've got a log burner in the house as well, so that kind of uses an awful lot of wood.
He never wants to watch my shows, says he'd rather drink a beer and go hang out with those losers he calls.
Machinery Nation right now. Voices, I must tell you, is not wrong. So, with the help of the borrowed Solaris and this, it is, you can't see it, it says Venom on it. I think it's Rock Machinery, and Machinery Nation, that's why I was joking about that, did a review on it. Well, we've had ours for a couple of years. 25-ton man on it. I'm telling you now, this has never refused, not once. And we have done some big log splitting, haven't we? That lamb doesn't look well. I'm gonna just go and chase a lamb. So
It's got lame on its front, and it's got lips. It's in there yesterday.
I'll go and catch it.
Yes.
I'll catch it behind that gate there. Get this down to a small pile for snapping up or the bonfire if we don't have time. That's for drying the fire, and then things to go through the saw bench that aren't right. I'm Rose going to turn it back. Go and catch that lamb, because it just doesn't look, should be in here on its own. Should have followed everything else. It's just sat. So the only negative thing I can say about this so far, this tractor, is turning it on. You have to turn the key, wait for the little temperature thing to spin round and go back, and then you can start it. I'm used to being able to jump on and start a tractor, but it just is the way it is. It's not a major negative at all, to be honest.
Last week when he asked me out on a date, forgot to mention I had to pay. Money ain't the only thing that he won't spend. He starts working his old jobs while texting with my best friend. And
My little lamb is lame on a front foot, and it has some oath. You can see it on its mouth. I've seen a lot of oath this year, to be perfectly honest. Pet lambs had a bit, but apart from that, nothing. We used to scratch, and then one year I totally forgot. Everyone's going to shout at me for saying this, but I don't really care. I totally forgot totally forgot, and we got nothing. And I thought the next year, that was a lot of money to waste for nothing. So I didn't scratch again, and we got nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I was like, I was under the impression, the vets told me, if you scratched once, you have to scratch forever. Anyway, that's apart from the pet lambs, which I suppose have a slightly suppressed immune system. That's the first one I've seen. So we'll see how it goes, because it's good weather for it, to be perfectly honest. Like damp and wet and crap. But yeah, I'll see how it goes. I could be completely regretting my decisions in a few weeks' time. But so far, there's nothing. I put off buckets out. I don't know if they make a difference. Someone told me it's just a salt in them that dries it out. So anyway, it's lame on the front leg. I'm going to spray it up with blue spray all over its mouth, and hopefully that will help clear that up. And I'm going to give it a little dose, I think, of that. Just to help, because it is lame. And it also will be fighting that infection. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. I've had to leave it downstairs because my medicine cabinet is upstairs. I need a tiny syringe in my meds book, because obviously it will not go on it is the 26th, my birthday. So what number was that sheep? I can't remember what number that sheep was. Does anyone want to tell me? Decision to bring that lamb in here. It's behind that big tank. Right. What a lamb, what a shame. 1, 2, 4. I'm going to immediately go and wash my hands, like, ooh. I had to look at my new sink. Are you ready? No! That's the sink and a half. I am so happy with my sink. So organised. Happy. I have been doing tails this morning after we scraped out and whatnot. I got on the clippers and literally walked around, and do you know what, they're so well behaved, they just sit in their beds and let you clip the tails. It's just so when they're lying in the beds, I'll show you because I can't. I don't know what, Rose just told me to do something, but he's disappeared. Don't know where he's gone. Let's pretend he didn't ask. Shed was scraped earlier, but if I bend down here, you can see she's holding it up typically, but she wasn't. That tail was let down there like that in the SH1T. So what they do is when they have a bit of an itchy tail, they spin the tail around their back and hit their backs with it, and it makes them all poopy. Hello? Anyone wanted to know how Bendy Fies was? She's right behind me. She's like a horror film. She comes up behind you. Like literally, look at her face. It's actually Picasso. It's on one side. It's a defect. And they end up like this. So I didn't realise, fun facts of the day. So Bendy Fies, if you look at her tail, I've just been clipping them all out. Now in a parlour, you do it because you don't want to be whacked in the face with a dirty, messy tail. But here, we're basically doing it for that reason, so that they stay clean. It's not really for us, because we don't touch them, do we? But if you look here, look at this one that's in. This is one I haven't done yet. Look at this. Show your tail, please. Like, it's got to be heavy on her, hasn't it? It's got to be heavy. So yeah, it just, and that happens really easily over like the course of a few weeks, because she literally will just be, it'll just be laying in the shit, won't it? But yeah, I'll get them all done in time. And anyone that won't stand there and let me do it, I've just been doing them in the robots. Clippers, I spent ages looking for clippers that I liked. There's loads of very well-known brands. They're also very, very expensive. Clippers are expensive though, let's be fair, and you get what you pay for. So I ended up going with these ones. I got them off Cramp. Typically she's gonna leave the robot when I've just come in with them. But I'll leave them, I've just charged them up, but I'll leave them up here just so when there's somebody in, I can do it, which is great. So yeah, just one of them things that I move for his coat, because you know where that's going to end up. You know. This video has been less, I think, broad and more just what we were up to, which I don't know if you like that or not. I have no idea. Okay for you? I wanted to show off the solace a little bit, to be perfectly honest, because Tunner had been really, really kind to bring it, and we needed to do that bow on that tree because Carl needs to come and plough, and he couldn't plough through a tree, could he? So we would have only ended up picking it up with the Mellow, bringing it back across the yard for shit, basically. I can't say that, can I? Neil's come for vegetable matter. This is good vegetable matter. Look at this. Good vegetable matter, and we swapped it for leaking potato soup. That's my kind of deal, that is. It's miserable. It's miserable. It's really miserable. And today Royston the bull is going. So Royston the bull is Chaz's mum's son with a very expensive bull on that did this, that and the other. That sold him well, didn't it?
I think.
I love it how I put myself in the firing line here. That's where he is going. That is a man about the town. Look at the steam off you. Is it very exciting? Yeah. This is Alan. Alan's my friend. You've seen him before. Anyway, I just wanted to show you these. So we will be doing this, but at present we don't. So Alan's like BBD tagged him. So it goes through his ear and takes a tiny bit of his skin, and it puts it in this pot here, and then they'll take it away and they'll test it. Give it back to you. Just to check if he's got anything before they put him with their cows. Bye! Tanker driver has just been, and when he takes the milk out of here, he does like a wash. And I was just looking, because I've never looked when the tanker driver's been, at the temperature. So it says 28.9, 28.8, 7, 6, 5, and that's it cooling. And it cools all the way down to, is it 3.7? I think it's 3.7, something like that. Or 3 point, I don't know what it is anyway, it's 3 point something. And it cools all the way down to that. So you've just got to keep an eye on it that it's cooling right, because if it doesn't, and then you end up with milk that's in there and not cooling, it can be bad milk, and then you can literally be fined for contaminating other people's milk. So you've just got to. The first day we had it, it was set up for a parlour. It wasn't set up for robots. So we were finding it a little bit difficult to get the milk cooled. Like we were noticing and keeping a real eye on it. It seems to be sorted now though. I thought you had to press something, but Roy says not. Okay, so what are we now? Are we 3 weeks in? We're maybe 3 weeks in. Sorry, I'm absolutely filthy. Itty bitty titty is still an issue. She used to hold the clusters on, so I've just been doing that, and the only downside to the robots that I can see, honestly, that I can tell you, is if something needs doing, it's hard to get in the bars. But I understand why they're there, but like, so for instance, if that cow was in there then and I had to hold one on, I'm like leaning on the bar with my chin, and then I end up completely filthy. But that's literally not like, it isn't the robot's fault, it just is how it is, do you know what I mean? Mastitis wise, everything seems to have cleared up, if I'm perfectly honest. Milk is still being withheld from the tank, obviously because of withdrawal periods, but I'm not treating anything anymore, which is pretty amazing. Considering where we were a week ago, I really thought I was doing something dire wrong. Beds wise, let me show you where I'm up to. I'm just recapping like pretty much what are you doing in there? There's a cow in my pen. Okay, we're going next. I don't know what she's doing in the pen. I think she snuck in when another one went in. Beds wise, what am I doing? So I ended up doing pretty much what Chaz did. I'm putting sawdust, literally throwing the bags in every other one of these bays and opening them. So all I do now is, like now I'm going to do now, go down, and then anything like this, obviously I'll have my little scraper and I'll just pull it off the bed. And then I'm just grabbing the sawdust, putting it forwards, and it seems to be a lot cleaner. I wasn't putting as much sawdust on as what I needed to, but you live and learn. I did not know this. And that piece of paint on there is destroying me. It's post-crete stuff. No, what's that stuff you put around silage pits? That gammy stuff. It's horrible. It doesn't come off. Everyone seems happy. Seem to be improving slightly. There's one with a dodgy foot. You can actually see if she's led there with the foot stuck out. It's not a foot that's dodgy. It is. She's got like a growth on a bone or something. Anyway, she'll have the calf she's having, probably live out that lactation, and then she'll be going because she just it won't get better. Basically, the guy who did the feet said. That's that kind of job done. Mastitis wise, like I said, we really are clearing up, which is great. I think that probably had a lot to do with the stress of the move. I was blaming myself completely that the beds weren't clean enough, but actually when you look back on the computer, half of the ones like Lemonhead Lisa, that's absolutely fine, thinks she's a sheep walking around the field. I can't see her to show you, but she sorry, my arm's aching. She was a repeat offender. But we seem to have sorted out boob problems, we've sorted out bed problems, and we're getting into a routine scraping. I went back to scraping with the bobcat today only because the log splitter's on that little solace, and we have a lot more to do tomorrow. Kind of handy having two scrapers, I won't lie, but the foot bath issue, how do you get them to stop shitting in the foot bath? That's a serious question. Don't lick my legs, thank you. I don't really know the answer to that. They are absolutely filthy. So I've been doing them in the morning, emptying them out, washing them out, and I'm putting in them like a blue stuff from Cars Billington. I think it was copper, formaldehyde, and something else. It's blue. And that seems to have been all right foot problem wise. There's just the one or two, like I said, that aren't necessarily like dermatitis or whatever. It just is, it's it's the way it is. Not everything's got to be perfect. I just love them, like, honestly. They're like having 100 and God knows how many dogs chasing you around. It's just great. I love it. Until you tell them to do something and they don't like being told. So foot bath wise, I definitely had my eye on those hoof count ones. They came from a farm with those 2 hoof count foot baths. You can get second hand ones, but even the second hand ones are like $6,000. And I don't have $6,000, and any spare money we get, we are now saving up for, obviously, the SH1T Sucker Upper. That's on the wish list, and any spare money will be going towards that. I can stomach emptying foot baths, but it is a bit of an issue, and they are filthy. I know. I did these earlier, and already, like, I can feel it in the bottom. It's just full of, like, they seem to be wanting to, when they leave the robots, and I don't know why. I don't know. Is that because of stress? I don't like the thought of that. Right now, this second, I'm off for birthday tea. It's my birthday, and Auntie Tracy, who's actually sister-in-law Tracy, we cooked the roast this morning and dropped it off at dinner time, and she's cooking tea. So we're going for a bit of a family meal, which is nice. And then we'll come back and carry on working.